Oh, hello guys. Random video right now. So this is more of like a call to action thing. So it's not popping up for me this time, but I think it's because I already did the quiz. So when you log into Dead by Daylight, there should be a thing on the updates for a Survey Monkey quiz where they're actually curious to get to know the players' input, kind of about the state of the game and the most recent patch and stuff like that. It takes like 20 minutes to do the quiz, but I highly recommend you guys do it. I filled it out, and honestly, if I'm completely honest, I had put that I was actually a bit on the dissatisfied side with the way things were going at Dead by Daylight. And honestly, a lot of the patches have not really been exciting for me. And I think I'm just not really agreeing with a lot of the changes they're making. So if you guys want to kind of copy my feedback when you do the survey, so that way they are more likely to make these changes, I 100% guarantee, not 100% guarantee, but we have a much better chance of changing the game into the direction we want to change it. So my ideas that I put in, and honestly, I saw some other YouTubers talking about this as well, so I'm sure I'm not alone. One, don't lengthen boring game mechanics. So they're increasing the healing speed in the PTB. That to me is a big no-no. They just increased the generator times, a couple patches ago, which is 10 extra seconds, but gens are kind of the least boring thing to do in Dead by Daylight, so I would much rather them not, like, I don't want them touching the healing times or the gen times. Don't make that longer. Do something else to help the killer side in a different way. Or honestly, even incorporate some other thing for the survivors to do that involves active gameplay. I don't know what that might be. Maybe do all 5 gens, and if there's still 4 survivors left, you have to go, I don't know, press a button or do something else before opening the exit gates. Like maybe add an extra step. I think something like that would be cool, and I don't want them to keep making these patches that are making the game more boring. Like the new healing speeds are just horrible, guys. I've watched people playing, and from someone who likes to use healing builds and especially medkits for healing myself and other people, this patch is just a bummer, dude. Like losing charges in medkit, like there's just so many things that are making the new patch not as fun. And like it's like new patches shouldn't restrict the amount of builds that we can use as survivors. And there's like one perk change that's good. Overzealous is fun, but I would much rather see them, like, I get it. There's popular perks. They don't want people to use them. They need to nerf Dead Hard because everyone keeps using Dead Hard, but don't change it in a way to make it unfun. Like, for example, the new Dead Hard, you have to unhook a survivor to be able to use your Dead Hard. Now, that's like adding an extra mechanic to make the perk less good, but like imagine if 2 people are running Dead Hard or the whole team is still using Dead Hard. How unfun is it going to be competing to get the first unhook and the first rescue in the game? What if all 3 players want to go for that unhook? Like, I don't agree with the Dead Hard change. I mean, change it in some other way, but don't change it into a way that makes the game not unfun. Like, imagine if everybody's using Deliverance and someone gets hooked, and then everybody wants to get their Deliverance, so then one player maybe gets it, and then the others don't get it, and the others are unhappy that someone else gets hooked and doesn't get to use their perk. That's the same way it's going to feel with Dead Hard now. So I really don't agree with the Dead Hard change. I mean, if they want to change it, that's cool. I don't care, but don't change it in a way that makes it like just not fun to play the game. Like I shouldn't be competing with my teammates just to try to get value out of my perks. Like that should not be in the game. That should not be a thing. The boon circle of healing change, that kind of sucks too. It makes it boring. It's like it becomes this perk that you just use for your teammates, but you don't get to see the value out of it. Same issue with better than new. Like literally, this is a perk that you do it and then your teammates kind of see the benefit, but you don't really get to see that you did anything differently. Like they're making boon circle of healing not fun, kind of like they're doing with better, kind of like how better than new is. Like you use it. I've used it a couple times, but it doesn't feel fun because you don't actually get to see the effects of it. Like it's not like you even like put a different like a color, or maybe they glow differently. That way you buff them. There's no sign or anything like that. So please stop. Tell them to stop changing perks and making perks not fun to play. Like I would rather see them buffing other perks. Like do something, buff better than new. Make this perk different. Like look at how many perks that are in the game that people don't use. Like come on, buff better than new. Maybe change up deception. Like there's so many different perks, guys. Like how many of these do you guys actually use? Like inner focus, fast track. I mean, inner healing gets some play. I mean, some pebble in some strange niches, but there's like so many other perks in the game that just like barely get picked. Like poised, come on, like let's fix this perk, make it good, change it, you know, like do something else. Premonition, red hearing, like there's so many freaking perks that could be buffed and made better. Like stop making perks unfun. Like anyways. So yeah, guys, I would say if you want to go do that survey and kind of say something along the lines of what I did, that would be great. And this is more survivor side, my complaints and stuff, because I don't play too much killer, and I feel like when I've played killer, I have fun with it, but it does suck. Even some of the perks I like as killer, like overcharge and scourge hook, pain res, like I've never really minded playing against those perks as survivor, and they are pretty fun to use as killer, and they're nerfing those perks too. So like, come on, dudes, come on. And yeah, if I'm honest, I haven't really been too motivated for Dead by Daylight lately, because I don't know, the perks. And honestly, here's another thing, all the new perks, background player, blood rush, like cut loose, friendly competition, power of two, like this one would be cool too, except another survivor has to heal you. So again, to the thing to where you don't have the initiative to activate your perk. Someone has to activate it for you. I guess it's a little different here, but these perks, like, none of them really even excite me. I get what they were kind of going for. They were wanting to do, like, these kind of, like, team buddy perks. But, like, none of these really even feel that good enough or worth it. Like, for example, this one right here. Background player, maybe that might be fun for trying to get a flashlight save, but in practice, like, none of these have really worked out well for me so far. Cut loose is kind of fun too in some niche scenarios, but where's this? Oh, this one right here. This one is just dumb. If you finish a gen together, both you and that survivor do gens 5% quicker for, I think when it's done, it's like a minute or minute and a half or something at tier 3. But like, why would you even use that over Deja Vu? Like, why not just use Deja Vu and always do gens 5% quicker for the first 90 seconds when gens pop? Like this perk is like, it's like useless. Like, why wouldn't you just use Deja Vu instead? Or prove thyself. Like, you're working on a gen with a friend anyways, and that's a 15% bonus. Like, this is literally, like, why do they keep making perks like this? Like, come on, do something fun for the game. Quit making these weird ass perks. Like, oh my god, dude. Oh, ridiculous, man. Power of two, I don't know. This one's kind of cute. You get haste, but then you have to stay within 12 meters. So then it's like, unless you're on comms with someone, it's like that frustration of like, hey, if you go past 12 meters, we both lose our speed bonus. Like, that feels bad. Collective stealth. Actually, I think this perk might be really good in some scenarios. But again, this one requires coordination. You need someone to heal you. But then, I don't know, you don't leave scratch marks, so that's kind of cool. But in general, guys, like, come on. Like, can we quick gambit? Like, come on, really. Like, let's make these perks more fun. Let's buff some of the bad perks. And, yeah, I don't know. I just want, my whole channel is based on builds, guys. So, obviously, I'm a little biased because I want more build diversity and build variety. But I recommend going and doing that quiz, guys. And then there's a lot of different things you can vote on. I personally voted that I see DBD more as like a fun game, and I want to use different perks and strategies to win the game. And to me, it wasn't that much of like a competitive experience, because I think a lot of these changes are just for like the competitive scene. But most of the player base, I feel like, is playing for fun. Like, I'm not playing to be competitive and to like, be rank 1 or number whatever. So why am I having to suffer like with all these like nerfs and changes that are meant for the highest level of play? You get what I'm saying? Anyways, I'm kind of going on a rant here. Anyways, guys, do that survey and leave your feedback, because the more of us that do it, the more likely we are to actually get the changes we want to have in the game. And honestly, I just want to see more fun things. I don't want to see boring game mechanics, extended like healing speeds, and I just want them to make some more unique perks that are actually useful and actually synergize. Like, come on, like they can make another perk that complements with like slippery meat, Like, I don't know, like if you jump off a hook, you have 10% haste, and That would be like insane. You know, like just make something fun like that, you know, and the odds of jumping off a hook aren't that high anyways, but you know, just do some fun perks, guys. I don't know. Anyways, that's it. Just a rant. Love y'all. Do that survey.